So today we have something a little bit different from normal. As you probably know, I repair cassette decks, make YouTube videos, put them on YouTube, repair them, replace belts, adjust them, etc. After I upload the videos to YouTube, I pack the restored decks and the service decks and put them on eBay to be auctioned off. What I mostly do is I set what I think is a reasonable price and always put on an option so people can make me an offer. So this buyer reached out to me before buying, and he asked me if the deck was really serviced, repaired and adjusted, because he had some bad experiences with decks from other buyers. So I pointed him to the video I made of this deck, showed him how I serviced, and after a while he made me a lowball offer. And I mean, I would give it away for that price, but being me, I countered with a somewhat more reasonable offer, and he accepted and he bought the deck. Immediately, 2 days after he received it, he messaged me and he was very, very happy with the deck, but he noticed a slight differences in playback levels between left and right. He played his own tapes, and could I please help him adjusting the playback level on one of the channels. He told me he was still very happy, he wasn't going to send it back, but he would like to adjust the playback levels to his own preference. So I sent him pictures of where the speed pot meter was to adjust the playback levels to his own liking. He verified first whether or not this was going to influence other settings like record or bias or whatever, and I confirmed that the playback level would not change the recording and or the bias level probably. So he went off and adjusted the playback levels to his own liking. Shortly after that, I received another message asking where the speed adjustment on the motor was, as he would like to prefer to set this a little higher because cassettes recorded on another deck sounded a bit slower on this deck, over the course of a little bit of time. I gave him the instructions on how to set the speed, and I asked him if he was really, really confident that his own reference tape was correct, and if he's sure that the other decks have no deviation. This deck has a direct drive motor and has very, very little deviation. Once it runs, it runs. And sure, when you turn it on and everything's cold, it will need a little time to warm up, but after a minute or so, it will run consistently. And he came back to me and he said he just wanted to adjust the speed to his own liking, still saying he liked the deck a lot and wouldn't return it. So, short time after that, he messaged me again, now asking to please take the deck back. He noticed that all tapes played fine. He played a dozen tapes or so, except one, and that the B side of one of the cassettes seemed to lose high frequencies due to an azimuth issue. He didn't want to keep bothering me with questions, and would I please be so kind to take the deck back. As I stand behind all the repairs I do, of course I take it back. So I gave him my return address, and now we have it back. So let's open it up, see what needs to be done, what needs to be readjusted to the factory specs after the buyer did everything to his liking. And maybe we can figure out what's wrong with the speed, the azimuth, whatever. So, open it up. Packaging looks okay. I hope it's not damaged. That looks pretty good. This is the front. That seems to be okay. Let me put put this out of the way. Put this out of the way. And this one, knife is gone. Okay. Well, it seems to be the same deck. Let me check the heads real quick. Let me get a little bit of light in there. Okay, so let me get another camera. The head's dirty. And so him losing a little bit of high frequencies, you know, very possible. Let me get the other camera and I can show you what I saw. Okay, so here we have a little close-up of the head, and as you can see, oh, where's my, there's a little line here, that's dirt, and that may very well have caused what he perceived as the loss in high frequencies. I am gonna clean it. We can clean it now, see if that's gonna make any difference. And we'll keep it in close up. Just a little bit of alcohol. Yep, and now it's gone. So here's 10, 12 dozen tapes. He told me he typically plays type 1, the normal ferro tapes, caused the head being dirty. Okay. So that's gone. Let me put the camera back. I see the capstans were also a little bit dirty already, but let me put the camera back to a higher position and we'll start to open it up and we'll do some adjustment checking. Screwdriver. And for anyone watching this video, you know, I am not complaining. You know, if I buy something off of eBay and I don't like it, I'd like to give it back. For me, this is just as much, you know, a surprise as to anyone else. You know, I'm sure the buyer had its reasons or doubts that he didn't trust the deck, so that's fine. I just want to figure out, you know, what is going on here. I like transparency. I like to help people fix them themselves. That all seems good. I can see one potentiometer being off by quite a margin. Let me show you. There. There. This camera probably won't pick it up all that much. Maybe if I slide it a little bit. Let me do it this way. So if you can see this one and this one, and they're not set the same anymore. So this one was adjusted by the buyer. So we'll just hook up the laptop, check some settings. I'm gonna do a quick long test. I'll probably just, speed it up, but let's see what happens if we do a 20-minute test. So take this one out, put my longer tape in, turn it on. Speed is exactly 3151. Okay, let's move it forward. We'll let it run. And then we'll attack the levels. Okay, let's check the levels. Where is this is the speed test. We're done with that one. Azimuth we'll check later. Here's the Dolby level test. Let me put the screen recorder on. Let's see if this one, put it on scope. Oh, where is my screen recording? There we go. Record. That's quite a bit of difference. Let me show you my adjustment. Here we got the ceramic little screwdriver. He did this one. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's the playback level. I am not sure what he thought he was doing. Let me move the camera this way. Okay. And as you can see, the levels are also equal. So I am not sure what he thought he was seeing, because now we can see the levels here are equal. We can see on screen that I just adjusted the playback levels, so that's fine. So let's do a quick azimuth test and see if maybe he tried to adjust those as well. Not sure. Yeah, that's a little bit off. Not a whole lot, but okay, come on. Amplitude, other way around. And this is difficult for me because I don't know if by any chance he tried to adjust this. Oh, come on. Where are you? There. Okay, that's down, that's up the other way. Okay. So that's the azimuth. And by the way, I'm using tapes that I bought from Germany. Apparently these are good available tapes. Yeah. I'm not sure what to tell you there. I'm not gonna go check all the recording. What I will do is make a recording as well, but I'm not gonna check all the bias levels. As far as I'm concerned, I can see the markings that I made on these potentiometers. Those are still good. By the way, all the potentiometers, all the decks that I sent out, after I adjust the deck, I put a little permanent marker on there. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, we're good. Now, I did find a little gadget. A TDK HD30 head demagnetizer. It's got a little battery in. So I read the instruction manual. Apparently you put this in, turn to play, and then it beeps for a few seconds, and then it should be good. No idea how that works. There we go. Oh. Yeah. So that's an interesting little thing. Let's try the other way around. Let's see what it says. First time that I used it. How does this work? That's German. My German is So what you do, how to check the output, blah blah blah. Insert the cassette into the cassette you would conventional. Be sure to clear the window and gear that face you. So you still have to do it this way. Turn your cassette player switch to on. Press the cassette play. Red indicator light will light and a continuous tone will be heard. That is demagnetizing in process. After a few seconds, the continuous tone will change to a series of short beeps, indicating that the demagnetizing process is complete. Okay, so there we have the beeps. So now that should be good. Do you think it really had an effect? I don't know. No, that's still the same. Okay. Well, at least the heads are demagnetized now. Picked this up for €1 here at the thrift store. I thought it was fun. It's from the mid-1980s. It's made by TDK. Not a company that's known for selling hocus pocus stuff, so I assume it does something, and for €1, right? Okay, I'll put the deck back together and we'll stick it back on eBay now that we know that the deck is good. Maybe somebody else wants it. Thank you everyone for watching. And I have for the next video, I think we'll do a Denon cassette deck, a DRM 800. I was planning to do that tonight, but this one came along, so I thought I'd check this first. Thanks everyone, and I will talk to you later.